Today we're talking about the Mavic Mini 2, a drone that I've been really excited about ever since I picked up the Mavic Mini 1. And this drone is quite capable for what it is. Convenient, cheap, it's got a lot going for it. I've taken it in desert heat, in winter frigid cold. I've crashed it and it just keeps going. I'd recommend this drone to anybody just getting started out or anybody that's limited by the rules and regulations of your government. It gets around all that stuff and like I said, it's quite capable. So today we're talking about what the Mavic Mini 2 has to be, some rumors, some speculations, and what it's gonna take for me to upgrade from this little guy. Let's get started. Welcome back guys, and yes, we're talking about the Mavic Mini 2, an exciting drone for me coming up here shortly. We do have some confirmation, some rumors as well, and we're gonna talk about all that stuff today. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on what I think this drone has to be in order to be successful and actually make me buy it over the Mavic Mini 1 that served me so well. So guys, if you haven't seen one of my videos, my name's Stefan Malloch. I do a lot of photography and filmmaking news reviews and tutorials. So if you do enjoy this type of content, you like this video and it helps you out, consider hitting that like and subscribe button and join the community. Anyways, let's dive in and look at what the Mavic Mini has to do to compete and win out over this little guy. Number one, of course, it has to be under 250 grams. And if you don't know why that's important, it's because it gets around a lot of the rules and regulations that governments are putting out there to really limit what we can do with our drones. And here in Canada especially, it's very, very difficult to go ahead and get your full license and to just fly your drone freely. Especially if you live in a city, you're gonna be quite limited to what you can do with pretty much every drone but a few. And that's what makes this so appealing to me. I'm definitely not a professional drone pilot, but I do use this a heck of a lot in my videos and just to capture awesome things, family vacations, and just have fun. It's an amazing sport, or whatever you want to call it, and I totally recommend it to everybody. But if you can go out and spend a little bit instead of a lot and get a lot, then I totally recommend it. So the Mavic Mini definitely has to be under 250 grams. However you do it, however you pack it in there, I don't care, just make sure it's under 250 grams. That's non-negotiable. Next, we have to have some spec improvement, obviously. I don't care if it costs a couple $100 more, give me some more capable features. For example, we know that the sensor is already capable of 4K, give us 4K. The Mavic Mini 1 was capped at 2.7K, but 4K is the standard and would be a lot better. I'd also like to see an improvement when it comes to photography. Right now with the Mavic Mini 1, we're getting about 12 megapixels, so I'd like to see around 16 to 20. That'd be great, as I do find myself using it a lot for photography as well as video. When it comes to frame rates, of course, it's not going to be competing with its much more expensive professional drones, but it would be amazing to see 4K 60. If not, 4K 30 is going to be just fine too. Now the battery life for the Mavic Mini is great. It's almost 30 minutes long, and in a lot of cases I find even more. It's obviously gonna be really difficult to pack in all the features we want in something under 250 grams. There's just limitations to it. So I wouldn't mind to see the battery drop down a little bit to maybe 25 minutes, if that meant that weight savings could be invested into some better specs. What do you think about that? Another thing that I want to see out of the Mavic Mini 2 is the FPV view compatibility. Let me use the goggles and let me experience that first-person view in an entry-level drone. That would be amazing. Next up, a key feature that was left out of the Mavic Mini 1 is active tracking. And sure, there are some workarounds, but I just want to see it included. We know it's possible, just give it to us even if it costs us a little bit more. I don't care, put in active tracking. Now for me, the Mavic Mini 1 is actually quite durable. I put it through its paces and it's pretty good, although I do find that the battery compartment does kind of go up sometimes, and I bring it back and the battery is kind of questionably in there. So I'd like to see maybe the structure, the weather sealing, the durability improve just a tiny bit. And of course, I know that size is a factor, so just do your best. That would be amazing to see it a little bit beefier than what it is. And another aspect of the Mavic Mini 1 that's not overwhelming is the range. Of course, it is a Wi-Fi drone, so to see the Mavic Mini 2 ditch that Wi-Fi and become an actual GPS drone would be a total game changer. And I know that sets it apart and in a totally different class and in that regard price range, but I'm willing to pay a little bit extra for that to become a reality. Again, at the end of the day, for me, the most important thing is the weight. So give me all the features of a Mavic Pro in a Mavic Mini body, and I will pay double? Is that fair to say? What about you? I want to hear what you would pay and what you think the specs are going to be on the Mavic Mini 2. Let me know how excited you are. Drop all your questions and your comments down below. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. And if you did like this and enjoy it, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Like always, make mistakes, be yourself, and get out there and take some more pictures. See you next time.